Hello guys. I'm happy to see you at our first webinar at Green Country, and we are going to prepare for NMT together. And to start with, I would like to introduce myself. And I'm Dasha, so nice to meet you. And I'm a senior teacher in Green Country. I'm also an author of English courses that you may see in Green Country, and I will be your helper at NMT. So now, let's quickly get to know each other. Please write me from what city you are watching our live stream and how you prepare for NMT, what you do to prepare. Maybe you do the tests, maybe you work with Green Country at our courses, or maybe you listen to some podcasts or watch YouTube videos. Anything that you do, please text in the chat. Okay. Today we are going to talk more about basics of NMT. We are going to take a look at the tests that may be at the NMT this year, and some typical tasks that we can have at the test. First of all, I would like us to check our agenda. So structure, overview of the test, and I will give you some tricks or tips how to manage your time at NMT. And I want to pay your attention that our webinar will be in English. So I want you to write your answers in English as well, not to speak Ukrainian in the chat. So please, let's practice English together. And in such a way, talk and interact with each other. And as I can see from our chat, we have here Mlyniv, Chernihiv, Kharkiv. Wow, that is great that we have a lot of students here and a lot of different cities. We are going to start with the first our topic, a structure of NMT. So, as you know, before NMT appeared, we had Zinio. What is the difference between Zinio and NMT? At the first test, at Dano, we had 59 tasks. Imagine that we had 59 tasks. And at NMT, we have 32. So you are the lucky ones. I think that you have at least like a half less tasks than people before had. At Zenio, we had listening, reading, use of English, and writing. And in comparison, NMT has just reading and use of English. Let's talk more what these tasks mean, reading and use of English. First of all, we have with you 32 questions, 5 tasks we have with multiple choice, 11 with matching, and 16 we have fill in the gaps. It means that we have some part of the sentence and we need to fill the gap with some correct words or phrase. When we are talking about reading and use of English, we may have with you 3 kind of like 3 types of tasks. These are like reading, we have the first part, then we have use of English, and this is reading, we have 4 tasks. So now I want us to check what these tasks are. First of all, we are checking our reading then but the system is checking our vocabulary. It is task 5, and task 6 is focused on checking your grammar. So we may see that we have 32 questions in only 6 tasks. It doesn't mean that it is easy, but we at least know what we can start with. So my advice is to start with the things that you are more sure. In such a way, we can have with you more useful time. We can use our time more effectively, as we already know what is easy for us, what is more difficult, and we know how to manage all of this stuff. So I can see some answers in the chat. Yeah, 59 is too much. I agree with you that 59 task is too much. And we also had their writing. So now we are focusing on NMT and on our tasks. And I want us to talk more about the topics at NMT. So I think that you know that NMT is focused to check all the knowledge that you received during your school years. And now I want you to check what topics we have in these sentences. These sentences were taken from NMT, from some texts, and now I want you to check just what topic is covered with the help of this sentence. Let's start with the first one, and here we have the word one, a poll conducted among 1,000 linguists. So the word one, tell me please, what topic is it? I will help you, it's grammar topic. So could you please write in the chat what grammar topic is it? Okay. So the topic is past simple. Here, pay attention that we already use past simple in the sentence. We can see past simple here. Okay, what about number 2? He shared his mansion with a cat. The word mention, what topic is it? So it is related something to some type of accommodation when we talk about places of living. Okay, and number 3 is the equivalent idea just doesn't exist in both cultures. Okay, what about the word both? What do you know? What topic is it? I can see some answers in the chat. Good. So past simple, accommodation, nice. So the last topic was conjunctions. So here you can take a look just at 3 examples of the topics. But at NMT, we have quite a lot of them. So now I want you to take a look at them and check what topics we have. So at NMT, texts can be about school life, animals, jobs, part of the body, shopping, environment. I won't read all of them. And if we are talking about grammar topics, these are tenses. I hope you remember that we have 3 types of tenses. These are past, present, and future. Modal verbs, conditionals, passive voice, pronouns, articles, preposition, reported speech, infinitive, gerund. So now I want you just maybe to take a screenshot, and at the end of the webinar, I will tell you what to do with this screenshot. So I will give you like 1 second to make a screenshot, and we will move on. Okay, we have somebody from Kyiv. Good. That's nice. So I hope you have done the screenshot and we can move on. So right now we are going to talk with you about the test and what we have at this test. As we already know, we have got 32 questions. We have 2 parts, reading and use of English. So I think now it's our time to practice, to check our knowledge and complete this test. And tell me please, what does this test start with? Reading or use of English? Write in the chat, please. Okay, so the test starts with reading. So now we will also take a look at the test and the part with reading. So we have got with you 2 texts, and right now I want you to answer the question, which advertisement is about. So let's read the first one, and there you need to choose the answer from A to H. Reading, yeah. You are very clever. So you listened to me attentively. So let's begin with the first one. So situated on the edge of the green in Cavendish, the church is open 7 days a week, offering a varied menu. The menu frequently changes, offering seasonal, freshly cooked dishes. The specials board offers lighter meals at lunchtime. So the first one, as I can see, you think it's E or G. So let's check. And this is E. Why is it E? Because there we have the menu changes and offering seasonal dishes. So we have dishes, we have meals. So it is clear that we are talking about restaurant. Well done. Now let's move on to number 2. And there we have, whatever your fitness ambitious, we offer some of the best fitness and leisure facilities in Suffolk. We offer more than just a gym. We offer a friendly environment to improve fitness and the perfect location to relax. What is it? I can see that you wrote that it is G. Good job. It is G because here we have more than just a gym. Absolutely right. So we are talking about sport, about fitness. So it is a health spa. It's totally fine. It's correct. Let's move on to the next tasks. And we are going to start with the first, like Thompson's Galleries. So here we pride ourselves on sourcing the best contemporary artists, both established and emerging talents. What are your ideas? Okay, I can see B. Okay, now I want you to pay your attention to this small word, galleries, that may help us, and word artists. So here It won't be a theatrical performance. It will be, okay, 1 second, I'm sorry. It will be exhibition, because we are talking about people who create art, artists. Okay, I can see some of you answered correctly, but it's okay if you make mistakes right now. You will practice and won't make mistakes in the future. So, let's move on to number 2. We are going to talk about Majestic Movie Theater. And there we have a text. We pride ourselves on being a friendly place to come for all moviegoers. The main attraction of the Majestic, besides its films, is the building itself and all the history that comes with it. Today, the Majestic has 4 screens, but back when it was the first opened, the Majestic had 1 screen and a ballroom. So what is this text about? This text is about a cinema, because we are talking about films. You can see it here. You can see movie theater. There we have screens. So everything tells us about cinema, not theatrical performance. Pay attention. And let's check the last text about Frida Kahlo. So, we are going to talk about the world premiere of Fantastically Great Women Who Changed the World. And it will be presented at Liverpool Everyman and Playhouse. Okay, here we can see that the answer will be B. So we are talking about theater, performance, because we have stories that will be told on stage. So something will be performed on the stage of the theater. Okay. What does it mean? Exhibition? Exhibition is when we have it is an event where you can see different pieces of art in the museum, for example. Like, it's usually made in museum or gallery. You can take a look at different pieces of art. So, Sophia, let me know if you understood what it is. And we are going to move on. So, here we can see the first type of the task, where we need to choose the correct option from different variants. Okay. Here I can see the answer in the chat. Please pay attention that it's not performance. The exhibition is not a performance. Exhibition, it is an event where you can take a look at different pieces of art. So please pay attention to that. And now we are moving to the next part of reading. As we remember, we have 4 different tasks in reading, and this is our second task. What is the main task of, the main task that you need to do? You need to read the text and answer the questions. You have 4 options that you need to choose the correct one. So now, please, let's read the text. I won't read it like the whole one, but let's do it like part by part. If you found the answer, write it in the chat. If it's not correct, I will correct you, and we will discuss the answer. So, let me know, is it okay? Like, can you see it? Like, for us to work together, not only me. And yeah, we will start doing the task. Okay. So, we are going to start with the first part. And here we can see what does the author mean by saying break the mold? So we can take a look at this part because it is mentioned here, and we can understand that this is answer C because she says that she earned a place at Yale University with an unusual essay. So pay attention that we have tried new ways of doing ordinary tasks. We rephrase it and we say, she earned a place with unusual essay. We didn't talk about eating habits. We didn't talk about timetable. We have new ways of doing some ordinary tasks. Okay, what about number 7? How did John Schneider thank Carolina for her tweet about Papa John's? What do you think? Okay. Good job. So it is A. He promised to treat her fellow students. And where can we find it in text? Let's take a look. He offered her gift cards, a pizza-pati for her dorm, and free pizza for a year and internship. So they have the same pizza-pati as we have at Green Country. So, yeah, the answer was A. So he had he just thanked to thank her for this kind of ad. Okay, number 8. Why did Carolina choose ordering pizza as a subject for her essay? What did she want to have? Okay, we have a lot of different people answering. That is nice that you're active. So number 8 was B. She wanted to express her true feelings. Let's check our task. And there we have she was tasked with writing about something that she loves to do. And she said that she really loves ordering pizza. So she expressed her true feelings about it. Very unusual, but as it is. So let's check number 9. And there we have, which of the following was not mentioned about Carolina's application? Her school performance, her community service, her job experience, or her written composition? Okay, good. So here we can see that it is C. Let's check where we have it in the text. Her application contained all the right ingredients, including high grades that relates to school performance, a volunteer work, community service, as well as membership with the English Honor Society. So there we have with you her achievements. So we don't have any information about her job experience. So that answer was correct. And I can see the question. Curriculum means the timetable, the schedule of, for example, classes. So it is like the synonym. Okay, and the last task for this text is what influenced Carolina's choice of Auburn University. So we have facilities, curriculum, prestige, and location. So the answer is, we have D, right. She said, I absolutely love Yale, but I felt so at home at Auburn. So here we can see that she, wanted to stay at home because she felt it, and that was the factor that influenced her choice. And that is correct. Okay, I really like that you participated at this part of the test. So please, let's move on at the same pace. And we are moving on to the next part of the test, task 3 of NMT. And there we have got with you 6 texts. And the same, you need to match the text with the answer. So, let's start with the first one. And we're going to have a text about the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. And you need to answer. You need to find the information about the uniqueness of this library, what this library can have or can provide with. Let's begin with the first text. The same, I won't read it, so just check it, please. And we will discuss with you the answer. So, I hope you had enough time to read, and we are going to discuss the first answer. The first answer is D, but why? Let's check. So this library provides its materials to other libraries if necessary. We are checking this text and we find rephrased but very similar information about it. Charged with making certain items available to other libraries if all of other means have been used. So there we can understand that it is D. It provides some materials to other libraries. Okay, good job. Let's talk about number 2, Oxford University's library. What do we have here? Okay, the answer is, I can see F. Okay, the answer was G. And let's check this text. Here we have the earliest circular library in England appeared in famous movies, including young Sherlock Holmes, The Saint, The Red Violin, and The Golden Compass. So we can see that it has been a filming location more than once. We understand that it wasn't like the one film. This library was used in 4 different films. So please pay attention. You have F. It houses about 11 million items. But we don't have any information that these are writing materials. So please check not only the detail, check the details of this text, please, and pay more attention to it. Okay, let's move on to number 3, and we are going to talk about Library of the Yale University. What do we have here? Okay, and there we can take a look that it is C. Let's check why we have C. This library has a special construction to preserve books, and we have the description of this construction. A shelving area includes glass walls and soft lighting to protect the works from the direct light. So we can see that we have this special construction and the description of it. All right. So as you can see, we need to check not only, like, not to find this part. We need to analyze the whole text and only then check some details. Okay. We are moving on to the next three texts, and we are starting with the reading room. So they say, read please, and then we'll discuss the answer. Okay, I hope you had enough time to read. And we are starting to discuss the first text. So the answer was E. Changes displayed collections throughout the year. Why? Because we have the actually clear sentence. It is also known to host long-running seasonal exhibitions. You'd already know this word. So we understand that they change different seasonal exhibitions. Okay. All right. I can see you answered correctly. Good. That is nice. We are moving to text 5. The National Library of People's Republic of China. F, you think, is next. Okay, all right, good. That is true. And here we already have this information about samples of unique writing materials, because we have bold carvings on oracle bones and shells from the Shan dynasty. So here you can take a look that we have, if in at the previous text when you answered F, we didn't have any details about writing. There we have it. So please pay attention to the details. And the last text about libraries. This is the text about the Library of Parliament in Ottawa. Okay. So the Library of Ottawa is B. I can see somebody answered already. And let's check what we have. We have it holds a special distinction as it is the only library featured on Canada's $10 bill. So there we can understand that the image of this library is printed on the currency. Okay, absolutely right. Now I hope that it's clear how to work with the texts. The next time we will talk more about the text and the reading part. Now we'll just make it in general and not discuss like some small tips and tricks. So we've done with you task 1, task 2, and now we are moving to the next part of our reading. And in this task, you need to fill in the gaps. You need to take a look at the sentence and complete it with some part of the sentence. So let's start reading it. We will have a text called Rocking the Cosmos. And let's read the first part. Dr. Brian May is an astrophysicist and eventually earned his doctorate there. What can be in the gap? Take a look at that. We have got answers here, and we'll need to check them. Okay, the answer was G. Okay, I can see you answered it correctly. So he studied math and physics at Imperial College in London and earned his doctorate there. So we have some information about what he did and where he did it, because here we can see, yeah, that we need some more explanation about the place, yeah? He earned his doctorate where? So we have the answer in letter G. Okay, good job. Let's move on to the 18th question. And there we have, but it does leave one thing out. Although he began studying for his degree in the early 70s, what happened? Happened letter E. He didn't manage to earn it until 2007. Now we can take a look that he began studying, but he didn't have we need to have some contrast. So the main contrast that we have that he didn't finish, yes, studying for this degree. Okay, good job. Your answers are correct. Good. Let's move on to number 19. So his band was getting so busy that at the end we need to have something that happened after that. And happened what? He had to make a choice between school and his music. So there we need to have some choice. So we need some more explanation why, what happened after, what was the, I don't know, the conclusion that his band was getting so busy. Okay. I can see some of you chose something else, but here, pay attention that if we had F, we don't have anything about queen still in the text. So we can't use F here. Let's move on to the 20th lesson. And now we have this name, queen. And after that, we may think that that will be the next gaps. But for now, the band was called Smile until what? Until we have... Okay, I skipped it. Give me a second, please. Okay. Until, let's see what you have. Age. Yeah, that is correct. So I just skipped the spot. Number 20 is age. Good job. So until lead singer Farrokh Balsara suggested a different name. That is true. So we now know about Queen. Good. Let's move on to the next. And there we can see that Brian May left his studies behind to go on, to leave his studies behind to go on tour. And what happened? Okay, then we have 21. It is D. And Queen went on to become one of the biggest music acts of all time. Okay, so you are correct. And now let's move on to 22. There we have it came in handy, for instance, when. So May says his physics training helped him with his career. Okay. So this is, so I just skip this, and that's why it is wrong for now. When he was designing the stump. So here, his physics training helped him when he was doing something, when he was creating something for his group, for his band. Okay, I'm sorry for this mistake. For the next time, it won't happen, but it's okay. So now we are going to move on. And we already know that the next part is use of English. But guys, give me please a second to fix some problems. Give me please a second. Something went wrong. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, please tell me, do you see the presentation? Mm-hmm. Okay. Then give me a second. Now you should see me. Okay, I'm sorry for these troubles, but I hope you are here and we can move on talking about use of English. So, use of English, as I said before, is divided into vocabulary and grammar. Now, we are working on vocabulary. That means that there are some synonyms for you that you need synonyms or words that may be used in different ways, but with similar meanings in the rest. So we are starting with 23, and I can see already the answers. And now we have got remains, goes, continues, and leaves. And now I want us to check the first answer. The first answer. 1 second. Yeah, and that is remains. As I can see here, you are correct. But let's discuss why we use remains. Because continue, it means like to carry on, to keep doing something. Goes, we don't have the phrase the t-shirt goes, it can't go anywhere. And leaves, it means to go somewhere, like to change the place and etc. So remains is the best variant here because it means that to stay unchanged. So as it was unpopular, now it is the same popular. So it remains as popular as ever. What about 24? I can see in the text that you already have World War First. So yeah, that is correct. Thank you very much that you help each other in the chat. And let's work with the gap at, on, during, or for. Here we good. I can take a look that you have B. Okay, that is C, guys. As there, we are talking about period of time, and we have quite a big period of time there. That's why we use during, not at, not on, not for. Let's move on to 25. And there we have color, design, fashion, and print. Due to their simple, these shirts became known in the USA as T-shirts. Okay, I can see that you answered B, and that is correct. So, because there, we are not talking about the color, yeah, simple color, T-shirts can be colorful, so it isn't correct. We are not talking about fashion because we are not talking about some trends, and we don't have simple fashion of the shirts. We are talking about just the structure of this T-shirt, how practical it is, and etc. So that is correct that you chose B. And let's move on to the 26th question. And there we have got with you T-shirt making it an even bigger commercial success, profit, income, or progress. Okay, I can say success. Artem answered something else. Okay, so it is success because there we are talking that people began to do something more advanced, yeah, to change somehow the design of the T-shirt, and it means that it is increased its popularity, so it makes her bigger success there. Okay, good. And 27 is, we have many other variations of the T-shirt. We have went in fashion, came in fashion, into fashion, moved, and entered. Okay, good job. So here we have with you came, because the same. Went and moved, it is some words that are more literal, like we just had our foot and we go somewhere or moved somewhere. Entered, we can't use with prepositions after, but we have here into. That's why we use with you K. Okay, good job. So I hope this task was not very difficult. And as I can see, according to your answers, it wasn't. It means that at the Green Country we have very smart students. Okay, then we are going to move on. And this is, I think, the most difficult part because there is the time for grammar, different words, different grammar structures, different rules that you need to remember. So now take your time and think what we should use in the question 28. So here we have has looked, looked, looks, and looking. Here we are talking about engineer. We are paying attention to the tense that we use. And here we have had, built. So we are talking about past. So we can't choose looks, we can't choose looking. So we choose looked. So he did it in the past. We don't have any relation to the present. So we don't have any result that is visible here. We just want to talk about past. So he looked for an alternative color to white. Okay, so there we use past simple. Number 29, we have with you colorant, colors, coloring, and colored. There we may see different parts of speech. Adjectives, nouns. So now let's think what we need here. Okay, I can see D. Okay, good. Other answers? Okay, so here I think it's clear that we can't use colors and colorant because there we need to have with you some adjective. But the word coloring is not used in English. So if we want to make adjective from the word color, we need to have the word colors. It means that it has different colors, or it is colored in one color, for example. So there we need to have with you D. Please pay attention to that. Okay, let's move on to the question 30. And there we have got meaning it could be seen, have seen, or be seen from the greatest distance. What should we put here? I think it is easy to understand that we don't need to have seen and see, because after could, and when we are talking about light can't see, so we need to have with you passive voice, and the passive voice here is be seen. So it could be seen from the greatest distance. Okay, please pay your attention that here we need to use passive voice. And let's take a look at 31. There we have with you signaling red became an alternative to white and was later adopted by the Admiralty. With what purpose? To mark, marked, mark, or was marked? It is A, and you are correct. So this thing was done for what? What was the purpose? To mark the port side on stream vessels. Yeah, absolutely right. And the last task that we have for today, it is seeing the green light on others, the others, ships, had the right of way. Okay, you think it's B, and you are totally correct. So there we can take a look at others, and the others cannot be used followed by a noun, and another is used only when we have two objects. And I think that we don't have only two ships in this text. So you were correct. So as you can see, the NMT is not as difficult as you may think of, but let's talk more about how to work properly at the test and how to shine bright at the NMT. So I already told you about one tip at the beginning of the webinar about starting with the most difficult tasks. So now, when you analyzed the structure, when you have seen it, I want you to think what you are good at, what you're bad at, and to just work with the most difficult tasks at the beginning, because at the beginning you have more, I don't know, more focus, you are not, you are stressed, but when you have the stress, it may help you to understand the task and to do it correctly. But of course, if you feel that the easiest tasks are better for you, you may start with them. So you should understand what are your weaknesses and what are your strengths. So if you're good at grammar, so maybe it's you should start with use of English and the last task. If you're good at reading, yeah, take your time to read your texts and to do the tasks then quicker, and then give your time to use of English. So you need to work with it individually. You need to analyze yourself. And one more tip that I have, it is you should set the timer when you do the tests at home. Why do you need it? Because when you do it at home, you don't have this stress, these people around you. You are at home alone, you can work, but it doesn't mean that you don't need to have these limits. You need to check how much time you spend on each task for you to know how much time you need to take at each step. Because when you have it at the at home, when you do the task, is just like you are relaxing, you don't check the time, but you won't have this opportunity at test. So please, even at home, set the timer to check yourself, to have these limits, to be structured. So don't forget about this. Yeah, I can see the question, right? A test at home. Of course, I think you know that NMT, like all the tests from the previous years, you can find all the tests and practice them at home. And of course, it's a very nice opportunity for you to check the tasks, to work with them, and check all of this stuff before the test, not to come to the test and wow, there is a structure, these are some topics. No, and when you work with them before the test, it is better. So yeah, you can check some platforms, they may provide you with different tests. And I think that for today, you had one task. I said that you need to make a screenshot of these topics. And I did it for, in what purpose I had. It is for you to analyze your strengths and weaknesses. So you had the list of topics, and you need to check it very carefully when you have time, and check what gaps you have in each topic. Because sometimes you may understand present simple and present continuous, but you have some problems with past tenses. So try to check your knowledge, try to analyze what you have, and work with that at your pace. But of course, don't forget about the NMT, that it will be soon. So that was it for today. The next webinar is going to be in a week. It will be on the 14th of March at the same time at 5 o'clock. And we are going to talk with you about reading. As I said, today we talked about reading shortly without any, I don't know, specific tips that you can use. There, I will talk about reading more specifically. We will practice a lot. So please don't forget to come to our webinar to be as active as you were today. So thank you very much for being with me today. And I will happy to see you again the next time. So goodbye, have a good evening, and see ya. Okay. Yeah, and also you can check more tips on preparation to find some more details about NMT. So if you are still here, you may see it.